So about a year ago, I started wondering about Tesla's autopilot with regard to radar and other people's autopilot type systems that utilize LiDAR and other active sensor packages, sonar, whatever it is. And I started, I had been noticing that I was seeing more and more Model 3s on the road. That's what I'm driving in right now. And more Model X's and Model Y's were coming out. I was also hearing about Cadillac's automatic vision, like automatic driver assistance program or system. And I started wondering, are they all, what if they get super popular? What if a Model 3 or some sort of autopilot, Bolt or Volt becomes the Volkswagen Bug of the 21st century, like the thing that gets everybody into electric cars in an affordable way. And if you're using radar or LiDAR or something else, if you have 15 different, versions of the same car driving down the same road, some are going, they're going toward each other, they're going crossways, all of those radar signals or sonar signals are going to be in a very tight spectrum, and they're all going to be bouncing off the same objects. And I was thinking that you might get a lot of signal saturation in situations where you have multiple versions of the same vehicle, especially in tight spaces. So having an active measurement, way of determining what your environment looks like is actually a little bit of a non-starter when you're looking at high density. I mean, it's great right now when, I'm looking down the road and seeing about a mile down the road and there are no other Teslas. But if you go to California, every 6 blocks there's a Tesla, and we're going to see even more Volts, well, not Volts, but we'll see even more Chevy Bolts and other vehicles. And that makes vision only a necessity, or at least passive data collection an absolute necessity when you're in an environment with a crap ton of other vehicles that are using exactly the same tools to measure the environment on the same frequencies, the same frequency, pulse lengths, everything, right? You need to have some sort of very specialized, randomized, kind of active measurement to even be able to sort your signals out. And even that just kicks the can down the road a little bit. So I think, honestly, Elon Musk right now, as of, July 2021, is saying stuff like, oh, it's faster, it's better because there's lag with the radar. I mean, maybe that's true, maybe not, but maybe it is. But I think ultimately, though, the scalability of having that many cars on the road makes it the right choice, even if the radar argument is complete baloney, right? You definitely want to be able to have it. Now, I personally think vision only will be much better where they're using packages more like Foresight Autonomous, FRSX, where they're doing, very a much broader visual spectrum, and where you're using binocular vision on all corners of the vehicle. I think that is the best way to go vision only. That way, you've got sort of independent 3D mapping all the way around the vehicle without any inference. You can do direct measurement based on this stereoscopic vision, but it is a little bit difficult to fit binocular vision into an A pillar or a B pillar or whatever. So those are my thoughts. I think vision only is cool. I think it's not for the reasons that they're touting right now. I think it's primarily because it's scalable. I think that it probably means that most of the other autonomous systems outside of what Tesla's got, since they're not built to go vision only, where Teslas can, I think that any other autonomous system, if it gets really popular, is actually going to run into the situation where in dense traffic areas, cars are going to get confused, right? When you have too many of the same kind of vehicle, or if the vehicles are all using a third-party measuring tool, they're going to get confused, and you might see car accidents unless there's some seriously proactive measures taken in terms of randomization. So, I mean, a lot of people want to see others come up in the game, but I think Tesla wins again. You know, and maybe it was by accident this time, but vision only. And if anyone else is listening, if Monroe happens to be listening, I mean, Binocular Vision FRSX would love to see an engineering perspective analysis on their packages. I think they're pretty cool. And that's it for me. Take care.